back, everyone, and thank you for being here again, or for your first time. This is WeAwake, and this is some of our WeAwake team that are here to meditate together with you. And anyway, this is an idea that we got. It seemed to be a good idea. I think daily practice is a very important thing, but also communal or group practice is very important. And it's been reported for decades now that there is power, a powerful field that's created when people meditate together. So there's something more that we can gain from this than we otherwise would. And it's a reminder, right, that how do you, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? The guy, the tourist in New York said to the street person, and he said, practice, practice, practice. So remember, practice is a cultivation of whatever, in this case, of spirituality, of depth, of healing, of your brain through repetition. Okay, and these tracks really work when we use them on a daily basis, and we just incorporate that into our life. And that's going to be the next evolutionary wave, I think, humanity, when we realize we actually have to work on ourselves all through our lives to be the best versions of ourselves. But I'm not supposed to say much before the meditation, so I'll cut this down. So anyway, this is we're still working on a profound meditation program 3.0. We've gone through a whole bunch of them, as I hope you had a taste of what a powerful collection this is. I think there's 19 tracks. Now we're starting on the last 3, I believe, and these are gamma. It's very high frequency, and it was originally, they started getting interested in it when they found that looking or watching or however they were doing the brains of Tibetan monks when they were doing certain compassion meditations, their brains were exhibiting a lot of gamma. So they started, looking at it. So it's been related to the practice and the virtue of compassion. Also, it's really good for processing high volumes of information. Does anybody have a lot of information processing goes on in their lives? Unless you're living on the island with Rex down there, probably so. So that's really good. And we'll say a little more about that on the back end after we finish the meditation. So it's only 20 minutes. It's very brief. So go down, do your practice, watch your thoughts come and go and see how they emerge and where they come from and where they go. And don't hold on to them, just keep letting them go. And we'll see you in a few 20 minutes. Well, welcome back. Though I don't think we went anywhere, but I don't know what to say after meditation. Like namaste. How's that? That's probably a good one. Um, yeah, I was going to say something, but I decided to say something else. So here I go. I was talking to a friend yesterday who is suffering from brutal, life-threatening depression, and same sort of depression that ran in my family. My older brother committed suicide in my living room many years ago. And that set me on a process, along with other things that happened in the outer world that crushed me and led me to struggle with depression, I guess, through the trauma of the things that had happened. And, one of the reasons I've so dedicated my life to this technology, because it was such a huge help, saved my life, literally. And I would, I just struggled with these episodes of depression, and they would come on, and I'd get better for a while, and I'd go to therapy, and I was exercising and doing things, but it kept coming back. And finally, when I discovered this technology, something about 14 years ago, um, I had a big spiritual opening, which I'm prone to do when I first started using it. But then after that, I started getting into the source of my trauma and the PTSD. And as everyone, as the experts in this say, that trauma has to be released somatically. So it's not enough just to, with shadow issues, sometimes you can just, are unknown issues in your conscious, you can just see them and understand them, and oh, okay, that's what I'm doing, it goes away. But with trauma, I think it really has to come through the body. So this is the deal that I recommended for my friends. So any of you out here are suffering from depression at the moment, or are prone to be depressives, this stuff really helps. And you can take this technology. PMP 3.0 is a great one. Start at tier 1, track 1, and do at least 2 hours of meditation. And I would recommend 2.5, and if you can handle it, 3. Okay, and just be there with it. And you might find in the first hour, in some cases, the depression or the pain, the darkness seems to even intensify. But after an hour, it starts getting really, really deep. And I think you'll find a remarkable shift as you get into an hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, and then make 3 hours. My goodness, you'll be experiencing samadhi most probably. So yeah, deep bliss, deep atonement at one-ment. Okay, so if you are suffering from depression, it's a life-crippling disease that can even leave you to take your own life. I read that there's 800,000 of our brothers and sisters commit suicide every year on the planet. With this, 800,000, almost 1 million people. So this is serious stuff, and this technology really works well, and it's just hyper meditation for the 21st century, that it's just really powerful. So if you haven't thought about using this technology in that way, you might consider it. If it seems the right thing, do it, and not 15 minutes, not 20 minutes, not 45 minutes. Go for the 2.5 to 3 hour of doing this meditation. And you could just start at tier 1, and if you're using PMP3, or you can find 3 tracks that you like and repeat them 3 times or something, like however that works out. It all works well. So yeah, and if you have any questions about this, and I'm just speaking from my experience and the experience of the students that I've worked with over the years. And oftentimes when I was counseling online, I would say, meditate 3 hours and call me in the morning, and often the answer I get, okay, got it, thanks. The next day they got through it. So know that there's a tremendous a tool here, and it changes brain chemistry. We don't know we know it does a bunch of things, but how it all works together to lift depression is really interesting. And it doesn't just like someone turns the lights on. And my experience and what others have told me about theirs is that it's just a gradual lifting. And I equate it to what they call a false dawn. So you're looking in the east, right? It's night, you're out in the boonies, and you're hoping morning comes. It's been a long, dark night. You're looking at the horizon. You start to think you see some light, right? Some hope on the horizon. But nah, I just wanted to see. And then you keep watching, and sure enough, it's starting to get lighter, and then it lifts. There it is. So the same thing with a fog. It's like this really dense fog, and you feel like you're stuck in it forever, and then fog lifts gently, and you start seeing more. You can start seeing shapes and forms, and the light starts coming through, and then it's gone. That's what it feels like when you use this stuff. So let this be a tool for evolution. Let it be a refuge where we can go inside and hang out with our deepest self, with our higher self, with God, if you will. But also let it be a tool for our healing from our pain and our trauma, so that we can get through this. And the great thing about suffering, if it's taken on consciously, it can become a source of great wisdom and great compassion. And if it's embraced and worked with consciously, if not, it can kill us, can make us hopeless and fearful and cynical and angry, and it's tough. So work with it, bless it, say thank you, Creator, for this gift. Here I am, and be there. Okay, I think that's enough for today. Thank you guys so much. Love you, and let your friends and colleagues and your enemies, if you have any, let them know. It'd probably be Abraham Lincoln allegedly said the best way to get rid of your enemies is to make them your friends. So let's try that. Okay. God bless. Thank you.